10 years ago, I did a video on entitled Old Time Radio Going Back 50 Years. Well, it's now old time radio going back 60 years. My first receiver that I had when I was a kid was a Hallicrafters S76, and the first transmitter I had was a Heathkit DX40 and a Heathkit VF1 VFO. And at the end of my commentary here, and I will show you two contacts. Hams like to call them QSOs. I will show you two contacts. One was a station that was very weak, and another one was a station that was somewhat stronger. And I believe in one of the cases I was using the VFO was attached to the Heathkit DX40, and it didn't sound good. Maybe it was that way in both cases, but I have since tried a independent power supply, and the problem I get now is, of course, you get people with the concern about drifting, and it does drift. Heathkit VF1s do drift, but there weren't any complaints back in 1959 because we all drifted. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about, they say these are the best times in amateur radio. I'd go back and tell you that back in 1959 and 1960, when I was a kid, that was the best times. Certainly, the equipment wasn't anything like it is today, but that's when it was fun, and that's when hams were actually inventing things. But one of the things about this, I'll talk to you about the S76 receiver. I just kind of fixed it, and a friend of mine fixed the S meter. It still sticks a little bit, but it's not too bad. I love the size of the S meter on it, but it doesn't have a product detector, which is a problem when trying to copy sideband. And if I have time, I'll get to show you that. So we're listening to an AM station now.
Pick up the signal better for 40 meters, but anyway.
And one of the things you have to do when you're using this receiver, there's a little dot for the bands that you line it up on, and then you can use this is the band spread. And this receiver is fairly old. I mean, it's older than most S76s because it does not have a little dot for 15 meters, and it doesn't have 15 meters spread out on the band spread. So this came out before 15 meters was a ham band. So I have made, even though the contacts you will listen to at the end of this commentary don't sound all that great, I have made about 7 or 8 CW contacts with this, and the only and then one up as high as 20 meters. The only complaint I had on any of them was the drifting, and I think the first one which you didn't hear, maybe you did hear that, or will hear it. The thing really sounded awful. It was like bar 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 bar. So it's not that bad now. Anyway, I will just kind of demonstrate this, and I'm going to turn. This is 40 meters, and I'm going to turn it down to. Let's see. I'm going to turn it down to the CW section. Oh, there's our old famous FT8, which we didn't have then back in 1959. It's fairly handy to have FT8 because I use it to calibrate the band spread because I know where FT8 is. But we'll listen to see if there's any CW stations. I should take the AVC off. Then you have to adjust the sensitivity a little bit. And this guy's coming in pretty good. But if it's QRM, I used to always operate this at number 4 on the selectivity. So that gets rid of some of the QRM, but not all of it. And so there's a K3. You will also probably get a chance to hear my terrible fist later. And for those of you new to amateur radio, fist is how good you send Morse code. So we hear it. We're hearing a couple stations. And he used the term QSO, but I do use the Q codes on CW. I don't use them on voice. I really don't know what that is. Now I will try and copy some sideband. I have a real difficult time copying sideband on this thing. Actually, I got that one right in there. But you have to adjust the RF gain because this does not have a product detector, and a product detector, someone I'm sure will correct me, tends to a product detector will kind of balance the carrier out a little bit. But if I turn the sensitivity all the way up, you'll see what happens. You're not going to copy them. So you can hear them here okay on sideband, but if you turn the sensitivity all the way up, you're not going to copy them because the carrier's out of balance. So you hear him okay. I'm going to jump up to 20 meters, and I probably ought to put an antenna for 20 meters on this. Okay, now the antenna for 20 meters is on. You could hear he definitely went down quite a bit. And let me find 20 meters. Should be just about there. Okay, that's the other sideband. So I'm going to change the pitch control and see if I can pick him up. And the beam is actually facing towards Europe right now. I'm trying to get him in. Let's see if I can find some. Alright, he's speaking some language I don't understand, which is just about every language. Okay, so that's 20 meters, and let's see how close I was in setting up, in guessing as to where the dot should be on the on. Let's see where else. Not too far off. That's showing FT8 at 14.8. So I got that pretty good. Now I'm going to put the band, and if you want to make this accurate, you put the band spread all the way over, and I'm going to do that. And then now I'll see if I can find WWV. And there it is. Not too strong right now, but the beam also isn't facing in that direction. So I'm going to turn the beam as while we're talking here and see if it makes any difference. As you can see, it is getting a little bit stronger, but not really showing up on the S meter. But maybe it's not that strong. And the beam is around. So I have a signal generator. This was way off frequency when I got it, but I got some help from some people on the QRZ forum, and my signal generator is not very good, so I use this because it is very good. WWV is very good.
16 hours, 1 minute, coordinated universal time.
So the band spread doesn't show the work band. See if I can copy sideband on you. And of course he left as soon as I said that. Alright, let's see what else we have. I swear I did 0 the meter earlier. And that is 15 meters. Let's see if I can get any CW on here. So 15 meters sounds active because it's fairly early in the morning. It's about 10 o'clock. Oh, I do have it on CW. The BFO should be on. Alright, so see if there's anything up on 12. WWV is going to be up here somewhere. And there it is. Now it's showing a little bit off. I had trouble lining this up around 10 meters. I seem to get images. And I think you know what that is. That's the lowest form of radio life. It should be actually illegal. Try to figure out what this is. That's CB. And see if there's anything on. I think that's still CB. Yeah, that's got to be CB. And it's listed at 28. I had trouble lining this up. I don't know. And there it is again, FT8. And it's showing FT8 at a little under 29 megahertz. So it is not lined up on this section over here. And it does operate on 75 meters. But you can hear there's like a tremendous amount of noise. And this is down around 4 megahertz. And there's a sideband station. And I'll just show the broadcast band, because it does go on the broadcast band.
A shiny pot of gold up for grabs tonight. It's
So that's the broadcast band. And I'll just take a brief video of the transmitter operating, and you get to see that operating.
The cash option on the grand prize is an.
Okay, we're going to take a look at the transmitter. Just before this, I did go on the frequency and say K1OIK testing. Anyone using the frequency, and nobody responded. Probably because I'm so weak. I need to put changed antennas, make sure that that's. Let me see how the focus is here. I think we're probably all set there. Okay, what I have found best when I was keying the transmitter with the VFO not on, it was really tough. On AM, you're not going to notice that much much at all. And what you're hearing now is the VFO. You're just hearing the VFO. Note if I take that off. Okay, and I did 0 the S meter again. So that's just the VF. That is just the VFO. And when you tune this, I need to plug in the key. Well, do I need to plug in the key? No, because I'm just keying it with the microphone. You want to get about 2 mils of grid current, okay? And I'm going to zero this down, and then we put it over in the CW position, and I'm going to just go up here, put it in the CW position, and you notice the meter goes all the way over, but you dip the final like that, and then you raise it up and dip it again, and I'm noticing my SWR is pretty high, so you can hear the tuner tuning it. Hopefully it'll bring it down, and there it is. And then you got to retune it, okay, and then bring it back up. I'm sure I'm going to get a lot of complaints about how I did this. And so the VFO is still on. Now I'm going to put it in the phone position and see what we get. Probably a lot of feedback. Yep. No, I turned the VFO off. That's not going to work out too good. Okay. K1OIK still testing. K1OIK. Kilowatt 1 Oscar India kilowatt still testing. Anybody still around or not around? And nothing. I'll call a brief CQ, but the power doesn't seem to get many answers on this. So I'll try it again. Put the VFO on, and not the VFO on, and then call CQ. Hello CQ, CQ, CQ. Calling CQ, hello CQ. Calling CQ. Calling CQ. Putting out about 20 watts. K1OIK, kilowatt 1 Oscar Indiana kilowatt, K1OIK calling CQ and listening. And the expected no answer. So, and I do have I'm not powering it from the transmitter, so that's kind of an indication of why can't I talk? That's an indication of what things were like 60 years ago. And I have a number of S76s, which I'm either going to try and fix or sell not fix. If anybody's interested, you saw a picture of the S76s. So, and I'll show you that the S meter is now zero. If I can see that, I don't know if you can see that, but the S meter is zero. I wonder if there's, yeah, there's no one there's no one transmitting on AM right now. Or maybe there is. He's very weak. And I think I saw the meter move again.